artifacts were discovered in Mexico.
People you won't believe exist.
Imagine sitting alone at night when a silent visit.
There's something going on with Kanye.
This is exactly what happens after you sell your soul.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames, they got hotter. And burn, burn. Fire. How crazy, I literally have the devil and God fighting over me. That's kind of fire.
Now, I know a lot of you are automatically going to say that this person was on drugs. So after I came across this video, I automatically knew that, as it says in the Bible in Mark 5:9, that this is exactly what legions of demons look like. And that's why you see this person constantly manifesting.
If I'm the devil, I wouldn't be the devil and fucking the devil or whatever the fuck. She gets really cute and she has all these outfits. That's cool. Anyway. That was some kind of black magic. Because his skin isn't like a fake.
But then again, you guys let me know what you think, and if you agree.
Man, it sounds like this girl is really fighting her inner demons, and we got to get her the help that she needs. Hopefully she's doing better now, but it definitely seems like a mental breakdown to me. But I could be wrong. Maybe she is possessed and keeps getting repossessed, and maybe she's just singing and really having a different state of mind right now in her timeline, but eventually she'll come back to reality, hopefully. Hey, welcome back, dudes. You're watching Explore the Weird. Hey, I got some more For You page content that's really puzzling, strange, surprising, weird, all the things. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
We finally know what happened to Manny Ramirez. So he had been exploring the Wind Cave, and if you don't know, the Wind Cave is one of the largest, most complex caves in the world. He had everything he needed to make sure this was safe. He had a headlamp, he had ropes, he had sturdy shoes. But before he left for his expedition, he told his family that he felt a little uneasy. Wind Cave is specifically known for its narrow passages, and it's called the Wind Cave because of the strong gusts of wind that seem to breathe with the earth itself inside the cave. And Manny knew that the more he saw of the cave, the less people had seen of the cave, if that makes sense. As Manny moved deeper and deeper into the cave, he felt wind kind of guiding him in which way to go. The cave's unpredictable wind currents could either guide or mislead the explorers. After several hours of navigating, he reached a large cavern similar to the one in this picture. He suddenly felt a sense of extreme panic. The last thing he saw is in this photo behind me. Here it is, and if you look closely, you see what looks like a man. This is an artist's depiction of what Manny may have seen in the cave based off that photo. Let me know what you think. Hit the plus for more, it really helps when you interact.
What the heck? Why is he looking like an elf creature or a leprechaun hiding in the cave system? Oh my god, he got his wishes. He found the gold. Is this guy fine? Is he okay now? Oh boy, that was definitely weird. And to consider, like, oh, it's breathing, like the earth breathing through the tunnels, like the wind. That's how it's guided. Sounds crazy.
It's a secret that you can't tell even if you kill your finger. It turns out that a 3-point finger is equivalent to a binocular. If you don't wear glasses but you can't see things clearly, you can use your index finger to hold your thumb and then put your middle finger down to adjust a small triangle shape. Finally, the eyes slowly approach this small triangle. You will be amazed to find that the things you can't see clearly are immediately clear. Hurry up and find something you can't see. Little sweet potato.
Yeah, everything seems clear to me. I don't know. Is this how glasses were invented? You just a bunch of people walking around doing this thing? Wait.
Strangest places in the world, part 1. Firstly, on top of a hill in Pennsylvania, some stones can be found that shouldn't actually be there, because there's no nearby high terrain where they could have originated. These are called the ringing rocks, because whenever something hits these stones, they make a strange ringing noise. Next is the petrifying well in England, where water flows from a rock and turns whatever it touches into stone. As you can see, people often leave items like hats, teddy bears, or even bicycles, which appear to have already been turned into stone. Some people believe there's a mystical power, but the scientific reason behind this is the unusually high mineral content in the water, which forms a hard mineral shell on any object it comes into contact with. And within a few months, everything essentially becomes a stone statue.
Yeah, I can't trust any of these carbon daters anymore because everything seems to be turning into stone with just the right mineral deposits that hit the water. Interesting. I don't know what to do with this information. They keep telling me random years. Oh yeah, it's hundreds of thousands of years old. I'm like, nah, bro. My brother did that 7 months ago. He went to the place.
Loose assets for families. Like, these are guard dogs on estates. Like, that's literally, there was a training program I had to go to when I was 9 years old, and we'd go up to this farm in Michigan that was in the family, my dad's cousin, and they train all of these police, military, law enforcement, and VIP protection dogs, you know, but then they have other cages that are man-sized cages for other stuff because that gets brought in by the families, you know, and it's like some of these are people that are just beasts, like physically people that are like not like the rest of us, strength-wise, speed-wise, power-wise, intelligence-wise, and then others of them are just unrecognizable as anything related to man.
Their ability, the strength, intelligence, is that something that is brought on through ritual, or is it brought on through like medical injections? I've heard stories of military injecting, they essentially become a super soldier.
Depends on who's got high tech and who's got the old tech. You know, the old tech is generally superior. The new tech has side effects. You know, when people are getting injections and are using recombinant DNA to start augmenting stuff, there's other variables that are unpredictable, you know, whereas if you just use a different spirit, you can predict what it's going to be. When a skinwalker kills, that's what you have to go through, man. I'm 9 years old and I had to stinking somebody with my hands, a friend, a person that I love, because my family was not somebody I loved. And so part of the in order to be inhabited by these spirits that will shapeshift you and allow you to become a different creature, you're going to somebody that you love, and you're with your bare hands, you're going to breathe in their life as they.
Wait, what the hell? Did this guy just admit that he had to unalive somebody because he assumed that they were a SW or a werewolf or something? What? I don't want to ever find myself in this position where I gotta unalive somebody because... Never mind.
2024, there are literal UFOs coming from our own oceans, which is interesting because after God floods the entire world, every living thing on the surface would have simply died. But I've always wondered about what happened to the creatures that were already in the sea. See, the Bible tells us that before this, the whole world was corrupted. All flesh had corrupted their way on earth. But I assume that this includes cold-blooded flesh from the ocean as well. Still, the Bible doesn't explain specifically what happens to the creatures in the water. Okay, so there's this ancient book named the Book of Giants. It's these 2,000-year-old scrolls that were literally found in a cave. It talks about these fallen angels who come down to earth, bringing both knowledge and chaos. One day, these angels would gather 200 pairs of animals, birds, fish, and humans for this thing called miscegenation. Miscegenation means crossbreeding. It means taking two different species to create something new. These angels were smart and curious, which made them dangerous. The question is, what would a fallen angel possibly want to create? Well, today, there are governments admitting that they are in contact with actual aliens. In their own words, these aliens are coming from our own oceans, which is just mind-blowing because not only is the ocean almost completely unexplored, but it also seems like biblically,
the aliens are in the water. They're in the water. The aliens are in the water, and they've probably been there for quite some time, and they got to evolve while we were getting reset on land. Oh boy.
This is them before filming, and this is them after. And I don't feel like you need to be a healer and intuitive to know that something is seriously wrong here. It looks like their life force is being drained amongst a lot of other things.
During filming, you both got tattoos?
Yes,
oh, yes.
many.
Can you show us any of them and what the story behind them are?
This one is for good. So that when we hold hands, they touch. We have our poppies here.
Hers is upside down. Mine is the other way.
And then you have. Well, you can't show.
I can't show it today, but well,
she has her hat and her broom.
My hat is on the inside of my arm. My broom is on the outside of my arm here.
The first one we got
Which one?
Oh,
the heart.
E
So
and
she has.
G.
I have a heart with a G in it. She has a heart with an E in it.
On the backs of our
On the
legs.
backs of our legs.
And then I got Glinda from the 1901
That's right.
original book.
Mm-hmm.
L. Frank Baum.
And I have a vase of poppies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We had a
And
few.
it was kind of funny because we were getting these permanent things on our bodies
Yeah.
before we knew if the movie was going to be good. You know, we were,
Yeah.
we were like
Just deciding
and,
together.
and John was like, "That's really extreme. You guys are hardcore."
Yeah.
And we were like, "Should we not?"
Should we not?
We were like,
Why
"Are we
would
doing
we?
okay? Is this okay?"
We'll have to circle back for part 2 and maybe see if you've gotten any more.
You can't see us recover. We're just like not here. We're just the entire script.
What the heck? I didn't know. I'm not into tattooing. I have no tattoos. But it sounds like they're soon going to have the entire sleeves done. Look at their arms. Look at how many tattoos they've already gotten. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. They were doing this. They knew this was going to be a hit. It was wicked. Like, come on. All the big shots are in there. They knew. They knew the tattoos were going to stick. Hey, how's it going? If you made it this far, you must be liking what you're watching. If you're liking what you're watching, interact with the goons. Come over to the goon side real good. We would appreciate your interaction.
I think about a plan to buy Marvel, the comic business, back in 2001 or 2, I think it was. Let's listen to this.
We could easily go into Universal and buy. We would own Jaws, E.T., Close Encounters, all the classics from Universal. Own all of that stuff. That will allow us to do a channel. Part of the Marvel channel can be not only the Marvel characters, but Marvel films, like the catalog. We could do anything we want, from restaurants to retail, theme parks.
Now, you actually got the financing in place, I believe, for this deal. Then came the scandal court cases, and it all got put on the back burner. Disney ended up buying Marvel and doing exactly what Michael had predicted and making a fortune.
Man, every time the celebrities or the ones that break away and want to tell us the things, they keep silencing them. He knew exactly where this was going. R.I.P. legend.
There's something going on with Kanye. So he was captured in Tokyo, just walking the streets, y'all, like by himself. And he looked like he's out of it, like he's walking in a sunken place. So the guy that's recording him is obviously invading his privacy. But he was making the same face before he even noticed the guy recording him. Somebody really need to check on him. Like, this man is walking back and forth. No TLC. Y'all, look at this clip. Look, y'all. Look at this man, Kanye. He just looked depressed. Look at his eyes. He just walking back and forth. Maybe it's all the allegations that's been coming out about him. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think it is down below in the comments.
Bro, I don't know if that is Kanye. Most of the time you see Kanye, he's got security guards around him. He's got his team. It seems very rare that he would leave. I mean, wouldn't people just, like, everyone knows Kanye, right? Everyone knows him. I don't know. Then again, who's that guy went to China or something and no one knew him? Gucci Gang guy? Who's the Gucci Gang guy? I already forgot his name. Lil Pump. He, like, gets over to China and he's like, I'm here. And, like, no one knew him. So maybe.
I heard those things hanging from the fence line, and the security at the time looked at me with a straight face and said, the Native American neighbors that surround this property place these animal bladders on the fence line and bless them to keep the demonic spirits and entities inside this property and off of their property. The tribal leaders in the Uinta Basin and surrounding property had been telling their people not to even look the way of the ranch. They were told, don't even look the way of the property, or else you may have demonic forces, entities that would follow you.
Man, I'ma believe everything. They were the original. They knew how they've experienced the negative energies, and they were like, these things work. Maybe that's what we all gotta do. Find the bladders, put them all across our properties, and sorry. You do whatever you feel is right. If your religion says, hey, these are the ways to stay positive and keep a neutral home, do those things.
Imagine sitting alone at night when a silent visitor arrives. What would you do? Look and decide. It was October 2015, and a quiet night wrapped a man's home in darkness. Suddenly, an eerie presence emerged at his window. It was a shadowy figure with glowing eyes and long, thin limbs. It stood still, as if studying his every move. Frozen in fear, the man managed to record the creature. This was a strange lurker, maybe a creature from beyond, or something far closer to home.
Bro, this is 100% dog. What do you mean? What do you mean? Look at it. You can see the snout, and then you can see the nose of on the snout, the two eyes. You can see it's literally a four-legged animal. Nah, you can't trick me. Why is anyone using X-ray vision on the dog anyway? What kind of filter is this?
People you won't believe exist. Eli Thompson. He was born without a nose. Paul Carrison. His skin color is purple, blue. Isaiah Acosta. He was born without a jaw and the ability to speak, but became a rapper. B. Melvnin. She has naturally white hair since birth. Dorina Spengler. She was born without a chin and lips. Frank Lentini. He was born with 3 legs.
Man, that's crazy. I feel these people are pretty normal. Everyone's weird on some way, shape, or form. In some way, shape, or form, everyone's weird, and that's normal. It's normal to be weird.
Okay, so this is pretty insane. Jupiter's moon count has recently been updated to 92 moons, but have you seen how huge the orbits of these moons actually are? Most of the moons of Jupiter can't be seen without high-powered telescopes, but its 4 largest moons can be seen with an amateur telescope or even binoculars. But if you trace out every moon's orbit and zoom out, it looks like utter chaos. And the orbits of these moons take up an insanely huge amount of space. One of Jupiter's farthest moons is almost 15 million miles away from the planet, which is about half the distance between Earth and Venus at their closest. And as insane as these orbits are to see zoomed out, what's even more is to think about what would happen to the rest of the solar system and those moons if Jupiter just suddenly disappeared.
Bro, Jupiter's the glue that's keeping us safe. Jupiter is the thing that knocks out it's the first planet that gets all the impacts from all the asteroids, meteors, comets, all the things that are headed our way. Jupiter's our own defense. It was like it's almost placed there just to do this.
You can't count all the way to infinity. That means that there are numbers out there that don't have names. That is what my 5-year-old just said to me while he was trying to fall asleep. And at first I was like, now, like, numbers have names. And then I was like, no, you're right. And then I spiraled because who named the numbers and who decided where to stop? Is there a number naming authority? Is it aligned between countries? Are there some countries that have bigger numbers named than other countries? And then he says to me, so you're saying we could just name a number curtain? And I'm like, maybe Curtillion. Sure, buddy. I don't know who to ask. Okay, I looked it up, and the highest named number is a gogolplex or something like that. A gogolplexillion. It's not that one. It's a different one. Damn it. Okay, it's a gogolplexion, and it's a 1 followed by a gogol of zeros. But a gogol was made up by a 9-year-old. So I think my son is on to something. Who do we talk to? How do we get it in the dictionary? Curtillion. What if Curtillion is 100 followed by a gogol of zeros?
Oh my God. Is that easy to... I want a number... We're going to have a Goongol. Goongol is a Cartillion. A 1 with the cartillion number of zeros in front. Goongal all the way. Hey, who do we talk to? I need to get this in the dictionary. We figured it out. We have our own number. It's called Goongal.
I think we're about to find out what's under the dome.
Ready?
Let's do it, Chef.
It's called Out of the Forest. There are 7 different mushrooms in here from all over the world. And you want to smell your fork. They are scented to the forest floor. So every time you take a bite, you're going to feel like you're in the forest. Enjoy.
Scented forks. You don't see that every day. Let's start foraging. Oh, there you go.
What the heck? Even the piece of mushroom that he says, why be looking like raw chicken? Is that a type of mushroom that be looking like raw chicken? Is this boy eating raw chicken? What's happening here? Oh yeah, scented forks. That's how they got you in. How much does this meal actually cost? How much does this meal actually cost?
So the Acambora artifacts were discovered in Mexico in 1994. 33,000 artifacts found. The carbon date put them back 6,500 years ago, 4,500 BC. The artifacts were so strange, and I've never heard of them. Probably because the story's trying to get swamped over by the Smithsonian. They consisted of stone and clay, like figurines and stuff, of like dinosaurs.
Oh.
There was one figurine of a warrior riding a triceratops. And then they had other figurines of like mermaids. They even had one that looked like Bigfoot. Just this crazy stuff.
These things have been happening for a long time.
Yeah, but that like totally messes with the whole narrative that humans interacted with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Because there's a man riding a dinosaur.
The timeline is scrambled.
It was authenticated by 3 men in the profession that were like, they knew what they were looking at, what they were doing or not. But then the Smithsonian, they were funding it. Like, nope, this is all, it's a fraud. None of these are real. We're going to carbon date ourselves. And they did. And they're like, these are only 30 years old. Everyone's like, what? Then this journalist, John Tierney, filed a Freedom of Information request for the Acambora files that the Smithsonian had. And the Smithsonian's like, we don't know where they are. And he's like, well, can I go look at the artifacts? And they said, no, it's placed in storage and it's not able to be viewed by the public.
Why not?
Yo, is that the same storage that keeps happening in Indiana Jones movies at the end when the guy's carting away and putting it in the warehouse and you're like, we'll never know. Man, we need to get into the Vatican. I feel like they're all there. They all moved and they're all in the thing. Sorry. So yeah, I don't believe the carbon daters. Nah. They lying. They could only be 30 years old. This could have just been done and it could have been a hoax. You don't know. We'll never know. We need to get the goon machine, the time machine. We're all going to get our goon suits on and we're going to explore and then we'll know. We'll know for sure.
So yesterday we got an absolutely crazy announcement that will not end well for anybody, I foresee. But yesterday Tesla and crazy, weirdo, kooky billionaire Elon Musk released the ad for his first domestic robot that will help you around the house called the Optimus. I guess this guy can't come up with original names, so he's just stealing shit from everything else. He already has Tesla where he's not Tesla. He's got Optimus. I guess we're this close to getting the Bots Masters remake we were all looking for from the 90s. But they released this commercial with the Optimus robot helping out around the house and everything. It's like the stuff of horrors, right? It's basically the first teaser from iRobot back in 2004. That's exactly what it looks like with the NS5s. The same thing is going to happen with this. And people are like, oh, you're anti-AI. I'm like, no, I'm not anti-AI. I'm anti-using AI for stupid shit that they're going to come back and kill you with later on, basically. I'm going to play you guys the Optimus ad, and I'm going to play you the iRobot teaser from 2004, and you tell me they're not the same exact fucking thing.
But fundamentally, at scale, the Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000.
Watering the plant.
So, and what can it do?
Sitting at the table
it'll be able
with
to do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn.
Introducing the NS5, the world's first fully automated domestic assistant. What will you do with yours? Get ready for the I generation.
Again, this thing is the same exact.
I'm telling you, I want to get one of these things. I want it to do the meaningless tasks that I don't want to do. Yeah, it's gonna maybe turn into a Wall-E type person, but hey, it'd be nice to do other things while this thing's mowing the lawn, cleaning the dishes, watching the baby. There's so many things. Not everyone's gonna agree, but hey, I'm gonna be the one that programs the Sunny. I'm gonna be the one that programs the Sunny of iRobot.
How could you cut your own mother off? How do you cut your family off? You've been friends for X amount of years. How can you just, let me make it simple for you. Anybody who takes away from my sense of self-worth has to go.
Oh my God, I didn't think it was gonna end that quickly. Okay, so she's let go of her family for this reason. Yo, I'm a parent now. If my kid ever does this to me, I'd be so sad. I can only assume what other parents that are experiencing this with their children are going through, and whether it's done by them or they don't even know, why their kid is mad, and the only thing they know is they stop talking to them. That's horrible. That's horrible for children to do that to their parents. But oh my God, there's no winning here. I hope at some point in some timeline everyone kiboshes their feelings and they realize that, hey, family is sometimes the most important thing that you can rely on, because they're your family. It's not for everybody, but hopefully in some timelines this lady is okay.
Wow. This rapper, Ken Carson, just showed the world his new tattoo, and it's sparking some controversy. I mean, you're looking at a massive pentagram tattooed across his chest. When you consider the record label he's signed to, it starts to make more sense. He's signed to Opium, which is owned by Playboy Carti, and I mean, just take a look at his own tattoos, and the artists that are signed to this usually rock an upside down cross, but it just seems like this imagery is just more in our faces now, and it's absolutely wild.
Man, this guy's intentionally saying the celebrity name is wrong so that way we get upset. It's Playboy Carti. You stop it. All right, so we already knew this. Yeah, the music industry, the Hollywood scene, literally all the celebrities, they're all in on these shenanigans, and they know they're trying to push us to some other means, and it's like, nah, we're smart, we're awakened, we can enjoy this and then recharge. It's okay. I've listened to Playboy Carti. He's an interesting guy. Definitely does feel like he's on the upside down crossways for real. It really does. All his music, all his symbolism, but at the same time, hey, you do you, boo. You do you. All right, goons, you made it to the end. Hey, I definitely put a lot of videos in here that made me spiral on the inside. Are they making you spiral? Especially the lady with the numbers, Google. Oh man, Google, a quintillion of zeros. A 1 followed by a quintillion of zeros. Man, we're inventing new things every day. Hey, the only thing I want to leave you with is YouTube's been trying to keep us down in the algorithm. Help us out. We would appreciate it. And I hope I see you on the next video. There should be videos on the screen now. Click on either one of them. Continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Wake up.